Well, we're back out on another adventure. Uh, Today's venture, I thought I'd show you the campground that we've been camped at here. And we're at Long Lake Park. Now, Long Lake is actually in between Whitecourt and Edson, Alberta. It's more into the Yellowhead County. So I guess it's a little bit closer to Edson. But there is like a little community, whatever, called Perch, Alberta, where if you need water or you dump your sewer and stuff here, it's not far. And here, well, we don't have that option at this campground, but it's such a beautiful little campground. So I thought, well, I'm going to do this video and show you around and show how great this little campground really is. Like I'm surprised how quiet it is and how beautiful this little park is. Now to camp here, whatever, it's only $20 a night. There is bathrooms out here and everything. And if you want to buy firewood, the caretakers come out, whatever, and I think it's around $15 a bag to buy your firewood. There is a well here, but it's a pump style well and everything. I'll show you in the video that well. But I think you can drink the water, but quote me, I could be wrong. A lot of people are iffy on that. So, you know, even myself, I'd recommend maybe boil the water if you need drinking water, just be on the safe side. But honestly, I think the water is good here because when I got water out of it, there was no smell to it or anything like that. It seemed like really good well water. But it is $20 a night here. But when I show you around the campground, you're like, wow, you know, and the camp stalls are even big enough to put a larger RV in. So we'll take you around. But first, I'm going to take you down to the dock and show you the lake. And there's northern pike and yellow perch in here. And yesterday, we were actually magnet fishing off the dock, and a fish and game officer came down and he was talking with us, and he was saying actually there's pretty large pike and perch in this lake. So, and we talked to a few people that were camped here and everything, and they said that yeah, there's like really nice sized perch in here, and we even had people say there's large pike in here. But my daughter and I, we tried fishing off the dock, and we each caught a fish, but it was only like small, so we threw it back. But oh, at least we caught something, like, you know, get to spend the day and do that. Last night we had a storm or whatever. Actually, it went around us, so we were kind of lucky there. But it turned out nice anyway. But we've been here for just pretty much 6 days, and the weather has just been beautiful out here. And also here at the campground too, there is really nice little walk trails you can go on. They're even graveled, like they take really good care of the trails. There's even a playground for the kids, but here at the lake here and everything, there's no swimming area at all. But this is a fishing lake. So I thought I'd take you down to the dock here or whatever. They did some changes to the dock too from last year. The dock used to go straight out, which I'll show you in the video, but the boat launch is big enough that actually you can launch 2 boats at the same time. So which is, I guess it's a good thing, but the way they did the dock, I kind of was not impressed about it because they put the dock more closer off to the side to the shore. And you're kind of right into a weed bed. So for anyone that's going to fish off the dock, well, you're kind of limited where you're casting at. There is a lot of weeds by the dock and everything, but not too bad. Like I said, my daughter and I, we caught fish off that dock. So it's not like if you don't have a boat or anything, it's not like you can't come down here and enjoy the lake and do a little bit of fishing. Kind of like now where I'm standing here. Actually, I'm kind of kitty corner from the boat launch, whatever, but I thought I'd show you a view of the dock. The dock actually used to be straight out from like this direction, right? And actually it wasn't that bad. Like last year we were magnet fishing and everything here. We actually found a lot of interesting things. But now they kind of kitty cornered the dock and they moved it over and rebuilt it or whatever. So it's okay, but I'm just like, why would you put that dock more into the weed bed where somebody with a bigger boat can't get on the other side of the dock? The only way you're going to do that was maybe a smaller boat, like a little aluminum fishing boat or a raft boat style or whatever, but you could get it on the other side. But a bigger boat, well, you got to go through that weed bed to try and get through there. So when I talked to the fish and game officer yesterday, he was saying it's because they made the boat launch a little bit wider so you can launch 2 boats at the same time. So they kind of kitty cornered the dock off to the side. And I'm kind of like, well, that's kind of crazy because you already they had it big enough where you could launch 2 boats anyway. But that's the way they did it. So we can't really complain too much, I guess. Whatever. It's still a beautiful little lake to come to. Now, even here at the lake too, they have a fish cleaning station and everything for you, so you can clean your fish and everything. There is like bears and wildlife here, so you don't want to make a mess, like especially with fish and everything. So it's best to use your fish cleaning station and everything, and keep it clean. You're close to water, you can easily wash it off. But if you keep it clean and everything, you're not going to have to worry about bears or anything out here. But if you're not going to keep it clean and just make a mess of things, well, the smell of, well, we all know what fish smells like. It's going to draw in your wildlife. But so keep it clean or whatever, but they do have a fish cleaning station here, and it's right here at the dock and boat launch. Now this is a floating dock or whatever, but it's mounted pretty good, so it's not actually too wobbly. A little bit, but it's kind of, it's not that bad. But I noticed somebody yesterday, well, must came here camping or whatever. I never noticed it yesterday, but yeah, they come with even a Sea-Doo. So you can bring your ski boats in here. It's a beautiful little lake, chilling. If you want to do a little water skiing, do a little bit of fishing and everything. So it's kind of a nice little lake river for everybody. So anyways, I'm going to show you the view of this lake, and it's early morning. I thought I'll make this video early in the morning so I'm not disturbing anybody. And this way or whatever, we can, I don't have like kids running around, vehicles running and stuff. So it's kind of nice to get up early in the morning, have your morning coffee, and actually even come down to the lake. It's just beautiful down here. And I was told here too at the lake here, and I've actually done it myself a few years back, but we have went fishing out here with the boat. And usually I found on the east end of the lake, if you want to get into major perch fishing and stuff, if you're really into that, like there's a lot of people in yellow perch. And they are a really good fish to eat and really fun to catch too. But usually in the east end, that's where I used to go, whatever, and had good luck with perch fishing. And then if you're going to go for your northern pike and everything, well, then I would go over here on my west side. And usually I had really good success catching northern pike. But even, like I said, even off the dock here, we were catching pike off this dock. I didn't really see too much, whatever, for yellow perch, but I imagine they're here. Otherwise, the perch are everywhere in this lake. And, but that's the way it is out here on the lake. But beautiful scenery. It's absolutely beautiful. It's something I really like to come on the dock and, you know, have a cup of coffee and just enjoy the beautiful scenery. So you can see here the boat launch here and everything too. Like it's big enough. It's kind of a hill here or whatever, but you come down and big enough that you can launch a couple boats. Actually, I think you can launch 3 boats at a time here is the way they built this. But it's a really nice boat launch and everything. So you don't have to worry about like your bigger boats and everything. Like you can easily get it into the water. And even if it's a very large boat, you can still get it into the water here. So like I said, that they did some upgrading on the campground. I'm actually quite impressed. And for a campground being in town or between 2 towns, I thought it would be a busy campground. Like we stayed through the weekend, and it actually wasn't. It's a quiet campground. I'm really quite amazed. Now here, right by the dock too, there's like they got stairs that goes up. Like I said, you got your walk trails, whatever, that get you back into the campground and everything. So it's I thought, well, I may as well show you some of the trails here and show you the campground. So let's go up the trail and then we'll go into the campground. Now I got up here quite early to make this video, just so I'm not disturbing anybody. People are still in bed sleeping, but I'm an early riser. So I gotta kind of keep my voice down a little bit. I don't wanna disturb anybody. But beautiful little walk trails, and just trying to get around some trees here, and I have cobwebs on my face. But that's a part of camping. Of course, you're gonna walk down trails and get cobwebs in the face. But beautiful little walk trails here, like I must say, I'm quite impressed with it. Now I gotta kind of keep my voice down here a little bit because there is people, like I said, they're in tents and stuff, and they're still camping and sleeping. So, like I said, I got up early this morning, but I'm not gonna complain. Now I see the sun's coming out. They forecast rain today. Doesn't look like it to me, unless this afternoon we're gonna get a downpour. But absolutely beautiful camp spots here. Like I said, you can get a larger RV. You get a beautiful view of the lake when you're parked in this campground. Like, it's just unreal. But for us with the dogs and everything, we're kind of parked in the far back of the campground. That way the dog's not going to disturb anybody or anything like that. But large camp spots, I must say that, like I say, if you have a larger RV, and at least you can pull your RV in and have lots of room for your fire pit and everything else. It's just so quiet here. Like I'm shocked for a campground like this. You think on the weekend it'd be loud noises and everything else, like people having good times, and no, this campground actually is really quiet. So if you want a nice, quiet little getaway, this is the place to be. And it's only $20 a night. Now, like I said here, they do have a well service here and everything, but it's just an old hand pump style, but it does work, and it works really good. Like I said, the water actually is really good here. I'm actually quite impressed. But it does have water, at least. Some campgrounds you go to, you don't even get that option. Now, I see some of the people camping here are finally waking up around here. I thought I'm the only early riser, but I guess there's a few other that are early risers too. But like I said, we did have a storm here, and maybe in their tents and stuff got a little damp, a little cool last night. But who knows? People can rough it pretty good. Me, I'm getting old, so I can't really. It's hard for me to rough it anymore. But like I said, it's a beautiful campground, like beautiful camp spots here. You're in the trees here, so you're out of the wind and everything. So it's just perfect for that. Also here at the campground too, there is a playground here for the kids. It's a nice little play area here. Grandkids loved it here with the swings and everything like that. But so you do have a park here and everything here at this campground. So I thought I would just quickly show you this part of the video. Now this is our little camp spot here. You can see your dogs and everything. That's why we're far back of the campground like this, whatever. Just the dogs and everything. I don't want them disturbing people, but the dogs actually has been pretty darn good here. But our dogs are well mannered, so it helps a lot, where some people have dogs and there's just no control. But our dogs are really good here. They're pretty quiet. If somebody came into the camp, they'll bark. But after that people walk by our camp and stuff, they're pretty quiet. But yeah, a nice little oasis there. But we don't have our awning out or anything like that, for the reason we had a storm come in last night. And a lot of people use an awning. They think, well, it's like an addition to their camper. It's not really an addition, it's a sunshade. And I've seen many times at campgrounds, people leave their awnings out, and all of a sudden or whatever, a storm comes up to the middle of the night, and then there they are now fixing an awning in the morning because it's tore right off their camper. So every night we put our awning in just to be on that safe side. Definitely is a very beautiful little lake to come to. Like it's actually gorgeous, and it's so quiet here. Like I thought, like on the weekend for sure, I thought like, oh, there'd be the younger crowd here to be partying and people walking around and, you know, having their drinks and stuff. And it wasn't like that here. But I was shocked here. Like, we came in here, I think it was Tuesday. Now it's Sunday today. When we came in on Tuesday, I was amazed that there was RVs in here. It's like, oh, geez, on a Tuesday, I didn't think this campground would be that busy, but it actually was quite busy. But there was enough camp stalls in this campground where you didn't have to worry. You could find a camp spot. So it wasn't too bad at all. So I didn't mind it for that. But here again, somebody left their garbages, like they put their bottles and everything on the ground here. I guess they're being good. At least they bagged it for the caretakers, whatever, for the bottles. But I mean, people, put your bottles in the containers, because you think you're doing the caretaker a favor. Technically, you're not, because that's another draw for wildlife, wasps, anything like that. So you're not really doing them any favors. Take your bottles and cans. It would be wise just to put it into the proper recycling bin. But anyways, right now that's not hurting anybody. But thought I'd just go up here a little bit further, up the campground here a little bit. I'm not going to show you the whole campground. It goes in like in a big circle here. And there's only like 16 stalls for camping here. And I think there's 2 day use areas. But like I said, very large camp spots here. Like, it's like there's a lot of people with large RVs and everything that are in here. But even around us where we're at, there was a camper park behind us, but they left yesterday. I think maybe they left due to the storm, or maybe had to work Monday. I don't know. They just wanted to get home early. I don't know. They were here for about 3 or 4 days. But like I said, I'm here early in the morning. I don't want to wake anybody up. So I thought I'd just go do my morning walk and make you guys this video. And there is outhouses and everything here, obviously. There's a couple outhouses like this here. So if you are tenting and everything, so you do have an outhouse for that. There is no shower facility here or anything like that. There's no sewer, there's no power, nothing here. So you kind of depend on your own on that part. Which is not, like I said, it's not far from Pierce, Alberta, where you can go and you can get water for your RV, you can dump your sewer. So it's not really that far at all. And where we're at here is like we got, there's 2 other lakes right here in this area. There's Bear Lake Park, which is a beautiful park. It's got a nice beach and everything. I'd like to do a video on that too. And then we got Shining Banks Park, that lake. And that's a outstanding fishing lake. There's a lot of big walleye in that lake. Tam and I used to live around that lake for about 8 years. We lived over at the Daves area. And we just loved it out there. But the price of fuel and everything for jobs and stuff, well, it was killing us on fuel. So we had to move out of there, but I sure miss being at that lake. Now here again, like I said, you got larger RVs. Like, well, I like that Dakota. That's a nice truck. But anyways, but people got nice little camp spots here. Like, with the trees and everything, you're right out of the wind, so it really helps too. Like when I said earlier about with your awning, storms coming or whatever, the wind can't blow your awning off your camper. But there is the fact that people don't pay attention to their awnings. If you got a large hailstorm, it's gonna do quite a bit of damage to your awning. And that has happened to Tammy and I. We were out camping at a lake, and what happened was we left the awning out and we got nailed. We were in the tree, so we didn't see it coming. And we got nailed with a large hailstorm, and it totally smashed our awning completely. I tore it right off. Like, oh, we had a mess. So we had to dismantle that awning with the little tools that we had when we were camping, which I always carry extra tools when I do go camping. But what happened was we had to take that awning completely right off the camper. So it was a job, but we did get it off, and then we had to go, and good thing we had insurance, whatever, so we got a new awning. But it's not fun when you're trying to camp and enjoy the weekend and have your awning tore off your camper. So just a little heads up on that. So I always advise people, like when your awnings, put them in at night. We were at a mud bog racing, this a few years back. A really good friend of mine, he was having a good time, and he's got winning trucks like compared to what we have for race trucks. And anyways, we were celebrating that night, and at the mud bogs, well, you're not in the trees like this. And what happened was that, like I said, we were having a good night, and the weather was beautiful. Like, it was nice that evening, everything. And what happened was, I don't know, he went to bed late, but not late. Like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. And it happened about maybe, it had to have been like 4 in the morning. And I felt sorry for him. But the wind come up, and he left his awning out. And he had one of those electric style awnings or whatever. It's not a manual awning. And it tore that thing completely. They were fighting with it, trying to get that thing down before the wind tore it off, but it was too late. The wind took that awning off like you would never believe. So there he was. Now, there again, same thing I did. Had to go and get the tools that you have. He has lots to do. He's a mechanic, but he had the tools, but it just ruined the weekend for him, where now your awning's destroyed. So like I said, a little tip for you guys, like in the evenings, it doesn't hurt for that measly 5 minutes, put your awning in. And when you've got an electric one, it's a click of a button. Put your awning in at night. It's not going to hurt nothing. And then through the day, like I said, an awning is a sunshade. It's not a porch off your RV. So I recommend wherever, put your awning in at night. You don't have to worry about it. And the morning comes, it's a beautiful morning, bring your awning back out. But little tip for you there when you're camping. But not really much. Like, there's a big parking lot area here too. Like, I just did a full walk around of the campground, but I didn't want to disturb, like, there's people tenting here and stuff. So I don't, with my voice carries. So I didn't really want to wake everybody up, but I see the campground is slowly coming back to life. There's a mosquito. Actually, the mosquitoes are not even bad here. At home, they're just crazy. They're nasty at home, and I'm not far from here. But yeah, the mosquitoes are not even bad here. I'm quite impressed. But there's a large parking lot area where you can park your boat trailers and everything like this. But I'll just give you a little go around like, lots of parking. They said that there was 2 day use areas. No, I can only find one. I'm not sure where the other one would be. It's here somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. But there is 2 day use areas in this. But there's lots of room. Like, but if you're interested or whatever in camping in a place like this, I know you guys would not be disappointed. Like I said, for a nice quiet campground, this place is beautiful. Like, I definitely want to come here again. Yellowhead County actually really looks after their campgrounds. I've met the caretakers a couple times, and really, really nice people. Like, I can't believe how nice they are. But I'm just going to take you over here, and I'm going to go show you the sign here, whatever, just so you guys know. And there's a Park Service emergency call number and everything. They have everything here. It's a very clean campground, I must say. They really take care of this place. So here's your sign where you're coming into the campground. So the fee is $20 a night, which I find it quite reasonable. It's perfect to me or whatever. Like, there's other places that you pay a higher price. This is affordable to me. And especially if you're self-contained with your own RV, well, it's perfect. But you quiet times from 11 to 7 a.m., which it's quiet time no matter what, the whole time we were here. No off-highway vehicles, which is common sense. Animals are to be leashed, which is another, it's just all common sense things. But anyways, I thought I'd just quickly show you that sign, and just so you know, and it's got your emergency park services number and everything. And so I thought I'd just quickly show you that. I thought maybe, well, now's the perfect opportunity where Alberta weather can change within the hour. So it's such a beautiful morning. I thought, I'm going to do a little fishing. Just, before the campground wakes up. Next time people are launching their boats and stuff like that. So I thought I'd do a little fishing, and you never know. Could catch something. If I don't, that's not a big deal. At least I got to be out here in Mother Nature and be at the lake. That's what I really enjoy. Kind of hold my line up here high a little bit because it's lots of weed bed here. So I kind of want to go on top of the weeds with my fishing a little bit, and hopefully maybe I can catch a fish. see, the wind came up. Wow. Like I said in Alberta, you don't know what the weather's gonna do. Sometimes it's a beautiful day out, and within the hour, well, then you get the nasty weather. But this morning's not too bad. Like I said, there's a little bit of a breeze now. I thought I had a bite there for a minute, but I think it's just me. I have fish fever, I guess. But yeah, it's a beautiful campground to come to. It's just nice and quiet. I like the quietness. Like, you don't get the rowdies here. It's basically what I was trying to say earlier in the video. But beautiful little lake. I'm really impressed. I'm definitely going to come back here. Like, I know Tammy enjoyed it too for the peace and quiet. That really made the difference there. Now if I can just catch a fish. But anyways, I think I'm going to end this video. And I know one thing for sure. I hope you enjoy this video. That if you like this video, you got to check a couple of my other ones. I guarantee you're going to like them too. Or, you know, hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified every time I come out with a new video. But I caught a weed. But anyways, I'm going to let you go on this video, and we'll see you next time on Measures Adventures. Bye for now.